Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerd Strip Club. That's right, y'all. We are back, and this is 2023. That's right, y'all. We haven't been back in a while, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about as usual. For this latest New Year episode, man, we're gonna get nerdy. We're gonna get dirty. We're gonna talk a lot about toys. We're gonna talk a lot about video games. We're gonna talk about a lot about everything that you can possibly think of, man. So, without further
Everything.
ado, let's get to it.
Yo, what's up, world? Y'all already know the vibes. It's your man Slim Jim going for aka the GOAT King of America. To my right, Johnny Quest Game, or he might be on y'all left. I don't know. Welcome to the Nerd Strip Club. You know what I'm saying? Where we get nerdy and dirty. We talking comics, hip-hop, gaming, movies, and all things nerdy. You dig? So it's time to get nerdy and dirty. Come on in, shake your tail feathers to this convo. It is 2023, y'all. Last we left y'all, it was before Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving, a great Christmas, a great you know what I'm saying, everything, any holiday you celebrate. I hope you had a great one, from the Kwanzaa to the Hanukkah, you know what I'm saying, to everything in between. I hope y'all had a great holiday, a happy holiday. And here we are on the 26th. It is the 26th of January 2023. We couldn't leave this month out without coming to y'all first, because we got not just this episode, but we got two episodes coming for y'all, within this first 2 months of 2023. This one right here, and a special episode 15 that's going to be starring the most lovely and most awesome, the Queen G22, which is going to be on our February 4th episode. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be hitting at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that night. So be on the lookout for it. We up in here, man. Johnny Quest Gaming, what you got going on? What's up?
Hey man, it's been a crazy beginning of the new year, man. We got all kind of things, man. I'm just really excited. There's been a lot of things that come out. First thing I want to talk about is, if you'll cue that, Slim, is the Masterverse line. The Masterverse line has been on a complete another train, man. They've been rolling out figures here left
Choo
and right, man.
choo.
If you go to just about everybody's channel, they got the top 10 figures. They've been doing some amazing stuff. And then newest thing here is the comic book. As you can see here, the cover is actually done by the original concept artist Eddie Nunez. I'm not sure if he does the interiors yet. I got to check it out. But Masterverse is on a
Eddie.
roll, man. I actually have just about all these figures in some form of representation, except for we haven't got this classic Evil Land, which I can't wait to get hands on. But a lot of big things about Masterverse. This year is supposed to be the new part of it. The what is it? Revolution. Masterverse Revolution is coming out. But there's been a lot of controversy with a lot of people saying that Hasbro, I mean not Hasbro, but the Origins line and the
Mattel.
Masterverse line, yeah, Mattel, is done. That I've been hearing a lot of people say that, but I
And it
really
better
don't
not
see
be.
how. I don't see how, Slim. I don't see how, honestly, because right now, there's so much stuff going on. Now you can go to Target and get a lot of things for discounts. Like they got the Hordak figure for $9. You got the She-Ra figure for $9. But I mean, it's one of those things where a lot of these companies overbuy the product to try to make it available, because it becomes one of two things. Either A, they sell a lot of them and you can actually get your hands on them, or B, they sell a very small amount of them and then you end up paying third market prices where you might buy a $20 figure for $80. So, you kind of pick your poison. But I don't know, man. From what I've seen, it looks like the line is live and well. And with these comics, I can't wait to get my hands on these to actually see what's going on. It looks like it's going to be a lot of alternate universe things going on, especially with a man right here in the middle, Zorak. So I don't know if that's going to be something that's going on. The reason why they're doing that, and I actually have him in figure form. If I can find him, I'll show him to you. So there goes Zodak right there, the new Masterverse, new Eternia Zodak, um, which is pretty awesome figure. If y'all haven't seen this one, get your hands on it. It's pretty awesome. I haven't done a review on it, but I will soon. Took him out, take a look at him. He's awesome. But yeah, y'all, please, I don't care how cheap these are on Amazon. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Miss Lackey? Thank you for joining in. We appreciate you for joining in the channel, stopping by. So, you know, I think it's gonna be something about alternate universes or something like that. But we're He-Man fans over here since day one. We grew up with He-Man,
Day
so
one, baby. Day one. You better
day
know
one.
that.
So we super excited about anything. The funny thing is, Slim, the guy who said that the line was dying used to be a former worker for the He-Man line, and I don't know if he got fired or quit, but he's been putting fire up under the whole line dying for a while. So I don't know if it's just his propaganda, but who knows, man? Nothing lasts forever, but I don't see how they're making this many lines and putting this much effort into it for it to be canceling so soon. But we'll see. We'll see.
Right. Shout out to Miss Lucky for coming through. Thank you so much. Hey, if everybody up in this thing, please share us out. Share us out to your
Yeah.
friends, your family, your cousins, your enemies, all of them. Share them out to all of them. You feel me? We up in here making it do what it do, trying to give y'all the 411 of everything that we know what's going on. And hopefully what was said from that disgruntled ex-employee was a complete farce. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like you just said, everything, nothing lasts forever. But at the same time, the 80s gonna last forever, baby. And when we talk about the 80s, we ain't talking about 1680s, 1780s, 1880s. Y'all already know. We talking about the 1980s. The best.
The one,
The
the
one and
only.
the only, you feel me? It's the only. Not just because we lived it, but because it was live, baby. It was live. Just like we are right now. So if you watching this, if you watching us live, we appreciate you. If you watching us on the replay, laid back, way back, in the playback, Maybach, as I say on my channel, I appreciate you as well. Johnny Quest appreciate you also. And also check us out on our personal channel, Slim Jim Longfoot, where I do art and daily vlogs. Johnny Quest Gaming, he does reviews, he does reviews on games, he does reviews on products, electronics, and so forth, and art as well. So
I do it
check
all,
us
man. I'm a
out.
jack of all trades.
That part.
I'm all over the place, man. At the same time, you
That
never
part.
know. I might be doing reviews on spaceships pretty soon. Who knows? We'll see.
Hey,
We'll see.
and I'm gonna be on the first one that takes a successful flight on off this planet because I'm about tired of Earth. Earth ain't earthly no more.
It's highly overrated. We got to have an intergalactic strip club. What would the currency in space be for an intergalactic strip club? Like you take like 3 Mansepars tentacles for a dance, or is it like 5 tentacles, something
Maybe,
like that?
maybe they might take yams. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
might take yams. They might take yams.
go to the motherland and give them some yams. You know what I'm saying? So they can make some good sweet potato pie.
Hey
So
man, I'm all for the intergalactic strip club, except for I don't know. I don't want too many weird aliens dancing. I don't want to be a little bit confused. But anyway, moving along. So we had a lot of great stuff that came out last year that we didn't get discussed about. One is Willow. I don't know if you guys seen Willow, the Disney Plus show. It was a lot of things. Again, another thing that was a bunch of controversy about the show. I personally saw the show. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. There were some questionable things, that went on in the show, but overall, I think it really captured Willow. The one thing that I think that hurt the show was the fact that we couldn't get Val Kilmer in there as Beth Mardigan again, because he's got this life-threatening disease that doesn't allow him to be able to speak. I think it's pretty much the same thing that's kind of affecting Bruce Willis. But other than that, the show was pretty awesome, man. It was something that was new for Willow. You actually got to go back and see the original cast come back, and they were trying to again work with Laura Dannon, but this time Laura Dannon's all grown up. So I think that was pretty awesome to see her as an adult and to see her powers go on and take it to the next level. What were you thinking? What was your thoughts on it, Slim?
well, I will say I have not finished watching the last couple of episodes of Willow yet, but from what I saw, it was definitely impressive. Of course, we don't have to necessarily have it be as like the same amount of time that passed in our world that passes in theirs, because Willow, of course, for those that don't know, is a movie that came out back in 1988. The characters are created by the acclaimed director creator George Lucas. As y'all know, is famous for Star Wars and Indiana Jones. So Willow was like out of those three, the low man on the totem pole as far as the lore behind Willow, because it really didn't we didn't really hear much more of Willow past the one and only movie. And since we of course got Willow back, what I'm saying, also not just got Willow back, but we have of course this gentleman right here, you know what I'm saying, Warwick Davis, who of course played Willow in the original movie. He reprised his character again, you know, between the Willow movie and the Willow show. Of course, he became most famous as the demonic evil leprechaun of the Leprechaun franchise. He is that same guy. He's the leprechaun in the Leprechaun movies. And so he
That's right.
came back and reprised his role as, you know, the still almost babyface Willow. You know, he's still practically almost a baby face, you know, saying in the show, and he's come back well. And when you look at this movie, and of course Johnny Quest can attest to it, it definitely goes in hand with, I know this was definitely a great piece, a great part of the foundation that created his series that was once known as Elfworld, but now known as Fairy Tale Pop. And you know what I'm saying? And so this was definitely great to see this show. And you know, I enjoyed what I've seen thus far, and I'm looking forward to finishing up my episodes. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna finish them up after we do the Nerd Strip Club. I'm gonna finish them up right after this. Life's magical journey is in the building. Oh wait, let me say it right. Life's magical journey is in the
Up,
building.
Journey.
What's up, Lifey? Miss Lackey back, still in the building. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Straight up, coming on through, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy this, and please share this out. Mr. Stargill Fig Review in
What's
the
up, Mr.
building.
Stargate? Thanks
What's
for coming in,
happening,
man.
man?
Thanks for checking in on us. We appreciate you for dropping by, brother. But yeah, man, the thing I think was really awesome about Willow is the fact that I didn't realize how young dude was, honestly. Like whenever he
Yeah, he
came
was he
through,
was a teenager.
I
Yeah.
was shocked. I was like, holy crap. And then when they showed the new series, I'm like, okay, that's pretty dope. So we get to see him as a little bit more aged, and now you see him on the new show. So I think that was pretty dope, man. I think that was really awesome. I'm waiting to see the next season, see what it's going to pan out to. There was some really cool stuff towards the end, so it's one of them series where if you stick with it, it's pretty awesome. Once you stick with it, but as far as like in the very beginning, I can see how people may have gotten a little bit like, whatever, whatever. But as time went on, I think it grew into what it should have been. So it's a pretty decent series, man. Now, besides that, a series that we got that came out last year that we really go over was Andor. Um Andor,
And the only reason
awesome show.
we didn't go over Andor during that time because I hadn't watched it yet. But since then, I have watched it. And when I say Andor, I already know Johnny Quest Game is going to test to. When I say Andor is amazing, Andor is amazing. If you are a Star Wars fan or just a fan of just the deeper layer of lores, period, Andor is amazing. Just as Rogue One was amazing, you know, and you're thinking, you know, when you see Andor, because I had to think for a minute, like, wait, Andor, yeah. I already knew as far as the name go, the Mono Andor. We know that, just basic Star Wars knowledge. But remembering that his name was Andor, and of course what he did in Rogue One and who he was in Rogue One, and then you're like, okay, what will the series be about? And how far back are they gonna go this, day, and the third? And when you see Andor from the beginning to the end, it's like, man,
And,
like
and
it.
no, I mean, I was just gonna say something. I think the biggest thing is with like Andor is one of those things where you don't have to go so much into the Sith and the Jedi lore,
No, you
just like
don't.
with Mando, to make a really good series. And that's what this was. It brought out the whole Star Wars effect, because a lot of times, you want to see Star Wars in a more expansive world as opposed to certain characters that is limited to. Because I mean, so far Star Wars has been strictly about what the
Jedi.
Skywalker family. So
Mm-hmm.
that's been their story. So it's actually been one of those things where I think it was really good to see all these characters and see this new universe open up. That's all a connected universe. And another thing too, you haven't seen, Slim. What you really need to see is the Tales of the Jedi, to see early Count Dooku and how he had. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, my points on it. My boy Count Dooku should never die. And that's my boy. That's my boy now. That's my boy. So everybody who ain't seen it, I'm gonna tell you now, Count Dooku, that's my boy. Okay, that's my ace right now. Count Dooku is that dude. He did some things, but he did them for the right reason. So you gotta catch that. If you're a Star Wars fan and you want to see the whole lore, and I kind of contradict myself because I said it doesn't matter about the Jedi's, but however, that shit there, that shit there is awesome. Okay, hey y'all, my man Mr. Stargill, go follow his channel, man. He got some awesome stuff, reviews. He does toy hunts. He's a fellow toy collector. doing his thing on his channel right now, almost up to 3K, man. So y'all definitely follow him out. He's got some lot of great stuff going on, man. So definitely we appreciate the support. You coming out, checking us out, Mr. Stargill, on that. But yeah, man. So seriously, check it out, man. Check it. It's just one of them things where when you see it and you see episode 1 and you see that show originally, it all kind of locks in place. And then when you get into the Clone Wars and all that, you're like, damn, this is really good. Like this is George Lucas was definitely doing his thing when he was writing everything to come together, because point A to point B, point C, all that stuff matches up. It's really awesome. Like I'm telling you, when I say it's awesome, it's really, I cannot give it a higher recommendation than what I do. I mean, it is, CG, which it may have been better if they did a live action show to draw in a little bit more fans, because some people kind of shy away from the CG, just like another show, The Bad Batch, which season 2 I haven't. I'll be honest, I like The Bad Batch, but season 2 I really haven't got into. I got to start looking more at season 2. That released last year too, so that's another show that we didn't go over. But yeah,
I got to check it out too.
Check it out. Check it out. I gotta. That's one that highly recommendations that I would say check out. If you can get over the fact that it's CG, because again, a lot of people like live action. Me personally, I don't care. I'm an animated guy. I don't care. I watch animation. I watch cartoons. I watch CG. Whatever. As long as it's good, I'm gonna watch it. So with that being said, so Slim. Besides that, something else I wanted to discuss today. Oh, what was that bell? Was that me? Did I hit something wrong?
I ain't no bill.
Speaking of which, we got movies is coming out this month and next month, and the one that I'm really excited about when we talk about bells is Creed 3. Really excited about that one.
What you saying?
I wish we could show the trailer, but of course,
YouTube be YouTube, and as I say on my channel.
Right. You don't want to show too much, you know what I mean? But that's goes to another thing, I show, well, we can show the picture. I'm sure we can show a picture of it, right?
We can show a picture. We can show the people a pretty picture. We can show them a pretty picture.
Oops. Go ahead and share that. Now this is something I'm telling you, NECA, if you hear me, if you manage to tune in, NECA, from somewhere, can I get some Creed figures? Can I get some Creed figures? Come on, man.
We need the whole Rocky line. We need the whole Rocky line. We need the whole Rocky line, bro.
They got the Rocky line, the first. Yeah, they got the original Rocky by NECA, which is kind of hard to come by nowadays. They look more expensive. I haven't managed to put those in my collection, because that's a little pricey, you know what I mean? But Creed 3, really excited about this one. It's got your man coming in here, Jonathan Majors, who's also we're gonna talk about that in a minute. We're gonna go to Ant-Man. But yeah, Jonathan Majors is coming out of jail. Apparently he took a rap back in the day. Apparently he was an older kid too, from what we can diverse in the trailer, is that Creed was going through his thing. In the very first Creed, he got picked up out of jail from Mrs. Apollo Creed, played by the lovely Felicia Rashad. And so this one is, he's been watching, just like if y'all are old school Rocky fans, Mr. T, Mr. T back in the day was watching Sylvester Stallone come up, and he was like, man, I could take that fool. You know what I mean? I could beat him. I got the eye of the tiger. I'm hungry. I need it. And so pretty much the same type thing going on here, but the only thing is they used to be friends. And so now he's
got that connection.
Right. And it's like, man, what's going to happen next? You know what I'm saying? But when you saw Slim, what was your take on this one when you saw the trailer for this?
Well, you already know what it is. Like Jonathan Majors, for those that don't know, Jonathan Majors, if you have not seen this most acclaimed series that HBO stupidly canceled a couple of years ago called Lovecraft Country, go check out that series. Go check out that series right there, Lovecraft Country, if you have not seen it yet. Jonathan Majors was a part of that amazing cast, and he was great in that show. And so to see him, of course, come as a version of Kang, if you have not seen Loki yet, spoilers, if you have not seen Loki yet, go watch Loki and go check out his performance in Loki as well. And so we know what to expect now from Jonathan Majors as an actor, and he just recently had another movie too. And he was at my job last month too. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's an aviation movie that just recently came out. But I haven't seen it yet, so I can't speak on his performance in there. But I'm quite sure it was great as well. I will be checking that out soon, and probably the next time y'all see us live, we'll be talking about it. But Jonathan Majors in Creed 3. I mean, what can you say? You know what I'm saying? That's a brilliant casting. You know, that's brilliant casting right there to see, you know, him come up as a character that is similar to Clubber Lang. You know what I'm saying? Got the eye of the tiger and feels like, hey, he should have a shot at the title. He should have a shot at the title. And you know, the dude is ripped too. So you know what I'm saying? You got him, you got Michael B. Jordan, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be bashing out, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no fat throwing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be nothing but daggone bricks getting hammered on each other, you know, just gonna be laying folks out. And so his character is on a level of, from what we see in the trailer, he's not taking any type of thing. He's ready to go do what he want to do, and that's go do some pain and more pain. And hold on for a quick sec, y'all. Yeah, dude, you can eat. Shout out to my dad who just got out the hospital earlier this month. You know what I'm saying? Getting his grub on, making it do what it do. He's part of the reason that I'm a part of this whole thing of pop culture, because he got me all of my toys growing up. He got me into all the comics growing up. That's my pops right there. Shout outs to my dad, the Archer, straight up.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm excited to see Creed. Along with, I think around the same time we got John Wick, the new John Wick movie coming out. So definitely excited about seeing that, man. And another thing last year that we didn't get to talk about, that we'll touch base on real quick. Slim, if you want to share that, is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Um, a movie, when I saw it, I actually thought it was pretty great. Oh, no, looks like my screen sharing. But hold on a second. Go ahead. I'm gonna share it again. Screen share. But me personally, I liked the movie. I thought it was good. I especially like Angela Bassett's performance on there. A lot. I think that she did a really good job in that movie. She deserves any type of award she gets because she kind of carried the movie for me. I liked Riri a lot more than I thought I would. Because for one thing, I didn't like the Macross costume she had on there, because the suit looked just like something straight out of Robotech. I'm sorry. If y'all remember old school Robotech where they would have the bikes doing it, was what was it, the Thor Saga, or it was season 3 of Robotech?
Yeah, with Rain and all them. Yep.
Yeah, Yellow Dancer season. But yeah, this movie, man, I think a lot of people hated it from the jump, because a lot of things right now are feeling like everything's the whole woke agenda. As far as like they're recasting males characters to be feminine characters, which in this particular instance, it's part of the lore, because actually, his sister does take on the mantle of Black Panther. Black Panther is a mantle character, so this one didn't feel to me as forced as some of the other things that have been forced. So I liked it a lot. As far as that aspect goes, there are some things that I wish they had changed up on. Because me personally, when I saw it, I thought they were going to use the genius aspect of taking the snap years for Black Panther and making it seem like he was gone during the snap, as opposed to he came back after the snap. Flash forward, now he's dead. That left up for some other stories to appear in the future. But again, Black Panther is one of those characters where he's a mantle character. Just like if you know about the Phantom back in the day, he's a mantle character. He's meant to die. He's meant to be passed on. Chadwick Boseman was a great actor. I highly miss him, but I don't think it should be so attached to the fact that he played the character and now the character should just die along with him. But they got some things in the reins for it. I think Shuri's character was pretty much fleshed out in the movie. However, there are some things that I would have done differently, because the part with Namor, I don't know if I would have been as so forgiving with Namor as she was. You know what I mean? We're almost at the 10 o'clock hour, so I ain't really going into what I would say, but I would have beat his ass, like, for real. Like, I would have laid hands on my man Namor, like, for real, like, seriously. But she did a thing. But
he wouldn't have been walking no more. He wouldn't have been walking no more, because it's like all of this could have been avoided. We could have really had conversations about what was going on. For those, if you didn't see Black Panther At this point, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. We just gonna have to spoil it because if you ain't seen it yet, I don't know what to tell you. But if you ain't seen it yet, cover your ears because we're gonna spoil a couple of things. So I'm gonna say it right now. So first and foremost, Angela Bassett's performance was great, and what happened to her in the movie. So I go ahead and not spoil it too much, but I don't know. But what happened to her in the movie was the complete. That was a complete shock for me because I didn't see that coming because I was like, it was I was like, it could happen, but I didn't think it was actually going to happen. And when it happened, I was like, yo, what? And like life can be crafty, just say, I agree. Yeah, I would have, no questions asked. Real talk. You feel me? Real talk, especially on what had happened. It ain't no more talking, bro. It ain't no more talking. It's over for you. You fish food, bro. You fish food. You want to be with the fishes, you're gonna be with the fishes. You fish food. That's what it would have been. But that movie overall was great, and considering what had happened, and it being a mixed bag because overall the culture, when I say the culture, I'm talking about black folks in America and whatnot. And it's like the people who did not know that Black Panther as a character existed, some didn't know he existed before the movies. Black Panther, the character, has been around since 1966. He was created by the late great Stan Lee and the late great Jack Kirby, first appearing in the issue of the Fantastic Four in that year 1966. And that character has been around from that point on up, living, of course, in the fictional country of Wakanda, a country that was never conquered and what has more superior technology over anyone else living on the planet. You know what I'm saying? They're, light years ahead of everybody else on the planet due to their source of vibranium and their technological advances of that. And so, with that being said about Black Panther, T'Challa is a character that shouldn't be tied. Yes, once again, Chadwick Boseman is a great actor, but at the same time, you shouldn't have this character. The fate of this character shouldn't be because an actor died. That's like saying, "Oh, Christopher Reeve died. Let's not make no more Superman movies."
And they
Um,
tried to do that. They tried to do that
they
because
pretty much did because like
Brandon Ross.
it took almost a generation. It literally took us a generation to get another Superman movie. Like the last Superman movie came out in what 20? I mean, excuse me, the last Christopher Reeve movie came out in 87. We didn't get another Superman movie until 2006, almost 20 years later.
Right,
So
right.
it was like.
And that movie in particular was supposed to be kind of like the rebirth of basically the Christopher Reeve series, which we'll talk about the Christopher Reeve series later on the show because we're gonna show some things that scared the hell out of me in the 80s. Um
And
it
before you get to that part right there, just like our life, you said, because like you were saying, we had just had Black Panther had just got snapped. He got snapped in Infinity War, which means Black Panther had already been dead 5 years in their time. He had been dead for 5 years in their time, so that would have been a perfect segue to show like that time in between what was going on in that 5 years that he was gone. Like I know they just wasn't sitting around hoping he would come back.
and
So
see that's another thing too, plot device. If you got 5 years in between time, right? That's a good time, Marvel. Start building the universe up for the next phase. You can slide in new characters that haven't been in the other phases because they exist now in a timeline that's parallel, but it's on the same congruent time frame. So I think they really could have used them 5 years for Black Panther. I mean, this is just my personal opinion,
hmm and so that's so jacked up because okay, so he came back after the 5 years, and then he got sick, which I you know I you know I know they don't have a cure for everything. So, but at the same time, it seemed like Wakandan technology should be able to, but they finally did at the end. But of course, he had already passed and everything. So it's like Dang, but that was a good segue because of the fact that they didn't have any more heart-shaped herb. And she was trying to recreate that because Killmonger had took out the whole crop in the first movie. So in essence, that was a great plot device. As far as from that story leading into this, and Chadwick being gone, and they couldn't replicate the heart-shaped herb in time, which is why they couldn't save him. And that, so yeah, you can see it like that. But me, I was I'm still a part of Team Recast T'Challa. But of course,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too with that, what I'm saying, honestly, Black Panther, once he takes the herb, unless it's removed out of him, it should be in the system. And one of the main things is he's impervious to diseases. So
right. So and he had, and he had the last herb that they had. So that's what I'm not gonna understand. Like what type of thing that he go through? We're talking about the character now, not Chadwick, but what type of thing that he go through for him to, all of a sudden get sick? You know what I'm saying? And that seems like something that is probably going to be explored in the next movie, because they're going to want to know what can take out the Black Panther, even with the heart-shaped herb in them. So
I got it, but I don't know if people ready for the answer, Slim. I got it. I'm spoiler alert. He had a baby. Okay, he might have got the super Black Panther STD. Black Panther died from an STD. I can't believe it. It happened. They burnt my man T'Challa. This is what happened. I'm telling y'all, protect yourselves out here, man. Ain't nothing that can save you from being protected. He was trying to sow his royal oats, and this is what happened. Now I'm just teasing y'all. But I'm for real. That's the only thing I can think of. That's how my brain works. I'm sorry, y'all. That's how my brain works. This is why this show is not for kids, okay? T'Challa was back. The man was back after 5 years. What you expect him to do, okay? He was doing some things, okay? He made something happen. It's the only thing that can protect him.
Prince T'Challa, Prince Akeem, y'all supposed to know better.
Supposed to know better, man. Unfortunately, his pops couldn't show up with the lion head like dun, dun, dun. He couldn't do it. He couldn't show up. But what I mean. But with that being said, man, it's something you wanted to queue up there, Slim.
All right, now
Black Panther.
Now, just to let y'all know, like this happened in a recent comic book, and it got everybody in a tizzy because they didn't have the words behind what was going on, the scenes beforehand, and they're talking about, oh my god, we can't believe Captain America beat T'Challa like this, blase blase. But at the end of the day, what happened was, from what I know of the story, T'Challa was in a weakened state, and he was trying to go out and still fight with the rest of the heroes. And so Captain America was basically like, you can't even defeat me right now, so you don't need to go out here. So but a lot of people just seeing Captain America and this, and of course you can easily context this up to America versus black men, with that being said. But
hey, whatever story you put to this is wrong. I'm sorry. Whatever story you put to this is wrong. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's not even the fact about Black Panther. This is not Captain America. This look on Captain America is like LAPD. That's straight up what that looks like to me. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, and
America.
We get into the later parts of the show, so now we're getting a little, it's not as kid friendly as would be. But this right here, this is some bullshit. For real, seriously, straight up. I mean, I get it. Captain America, you don't want him to go get his ass whooped by somebody else, so let me whoop your ass before we get started. That makes zero sense to me, okay? You could have punched him one time and be like, T'Challa, my man, you can't take it. Nah, Cap was like, no, you can take this right here. So it don't make no sense for you going there, man. That's bullshit. Bullshit. So, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just what it is. I mean, there's this thing as being an artist that you call conversing your message over, right? This message right here to me is LAPD, and then the fact that the other people standing around watching him taking this magnificent ass whooping. And then the thing that get me is the swelled up Kunta Kinte lips right here. Like my man looked just like he was told, "What's your name?" T'Challa. No, it ain't T'Challa. No, it's not. It's Toby. It's Toby. Like, nah, man. I mean, me personally, I'm more appalled at the depiction of Captain America, because this is one of my favorite heroes next to Black Panther in the Marvel comic universe. That Cap is like my favorite character. it's Cap Superman for me. Captain Superman.
Mhm.
Those them are dudes, right? But this right here, man, it's a bad light. I'm sure, I think Chris Evans chimed in about this too because he wasn't too happy about the image.
I
And
bet
it's
he
a bad
wasn't.
image. It's a bad
I,
light. It's a bad light.
I bet he wasn't because Chris Evans, like, I give so much credit to Chris Evans. Chris Evans has, like, now when we're talking about superheroes and characters, like Chris Evans thus far, he has portrayed the perfect Captain America. So it's going to be hard for them to, whenever they reboot the MCU in another 20, 30, 40 years or whatever, or however long, you know what I'm saying? Chris Evans, he is exemplary, however you want to say the words. He is definitely,
Exemplify.
yeah, that word there. He has definitely played Captain America to the zenith. He has played Captain America to the zenith in 9 movies straight from 2011 up to 2019. He has portrayed Captain America so well. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as he want to stay in shape, he's still young. The boy, well, I think he just turned. I know he's probably like in his early 40s because he's younger than us. So if he want to play Captain America again, hey, go right on ahead, bro. Go right on ahead. We'd love to see you play Captain America again. But yeah, but I'm quite sure he don't like that, especially that he of course worked with Chadwick Boseman. I mean, it was in the 3rd Captain America movie, Civil War, that Chadwick Boseman first appeared as the Black Panther. So they spent a nice amount of time with each other on set. From that and I wanted. Well, they didn't really spend too much time in Endgame, but on Civil War, that personally in Civil War, and they spent a lot of time definitely with each other, and so what I'm saying, like he wouldn't want to see the character, their characters got like that, but at the same time, I mean, what can you say, when it's people, corporations that own these characters. I mean, I don't have no say so on what they do with Black Panther because they ain't my character, and neither do you. So if they want to turn him into a blue-eyed white guy, what we gonna do?
I mean, again, I guess it was a bad picture for me, Captain America, because now I'm like, if I meet Captain America, he's gonna go all LAPD on me. You know what I mean? What they say, never meet your heroes. I don't know. I mean, it was
America,
one of them things, man. And
America.
I take it. I've read a lot of bad comics over the years, and I've read a lot of controversial stuff. But that one right there was just like, wow, man. Like, first Wakanda got their ass kicked by the Atlanteans slash yeah, the in the movie. You know what I mean? That was rough, but that was like, wow, and again, y'all, I'm not saying this to offend anybody. If y'all seen the comic book and you like the message behind it, cool, that's what it is. But for me personally, I thought it was very racially charged. I think it was something that wasn't indicative of the character at all. That's just my personal opinion. I think Captain America, Superman, they're a little bit more higher standards for what they stand for. You know what I mean? And I don't think even if it was to serve a message that Cap would have went that far on, especially on a fellow colleague is held in as high regard as T'Challa is. I mean, that's just one of them things. You know what I mean? You can say, oh, that was just out of love. Hey man, my mom done beat my ass plenty of times as a kid and told me that it was out of love. And you think I really cared about that at the end? No, you beat my ass. It hurt. I don't care what you say. You didn't take this ass whooping. I did. You know what I mean? So it's just what it is. But speaking of which,
You took it for the culture, man. You took it for the culture.
hey man, damn that culture, okay? I don't care. That culture don't help me. But nah, seriously. So y'all, another thing, man, another deep shock. Slim, you want to go ahead and share that, man? The big controversy, and this actually happened this year, man, is the fact that Justin Roland from uh Rick and Morty, the main voice of Morty and Rick and Mr. Meeseeks and um pretty much the whole entire show except for a few of the other characters, but he is apparently been kicked off the show due
Wait,
to
what?
some domestic violence. Yeah, man, felony charge. He is completely removed from the show. He is no longer part of Rick and Morty. Now, this is funny to me how the universe works, and I'll tell you why. I'm a huge
When
Rick
did
and
this?
Morty fan.
When did this happen?
Happened about 2 days ago. See, that's why you come to the Nerd Strip Club to get this information. See what happens? See how it happens? See nerd information? You need to know about it now. It's on the news. There you go. See, this is what we're here for, America. We supposed to bring you all the nerdiest, dirtiest information, and you can get it right here now, live. But so he already was under some question for talking and making some lewd, rude comments to a 16-year-old. So, um, for that being said, that was one thing. And then now, apparently, he had some domestic violence charges. So he's gone. Now, for me, I think this is funny the way the universe works because me being a huge fan of Rick and Morty, buying all the seasons, toys, whatever. Um, for the whole time, I thought Dan Harmon, because Dan Harmon literally talks just like Rick, like that's his voice, naturally his speaking voice. I thought he was the guy behind it, but apparently Justin has been, and I haven't seen this guy, right? I haven't really
Yeah.
paid attention to him.
Yeah,
But now
yeah, I
he's
know
gone.
he was the guy. Yeah, I know he was the guy. He was both. He's both Rick. For those that don't
And
know,
Morty.
he's both Rick and Morty. You know what I'm saying? And geez, you're a whole idiot. You're a whole idiot. And I already despise and hate anybody who does things on the level of domestic violence. That was before what happened to my niece last year, and definitely now. So, you're everything that Rick ever said. You're that. You're an idiot. You're everything. You're a whole cretin. You just stupid. I mean, you toss the bag being that stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about the bag or the money or accolades that he got, but it's like, when you're on this level, you know what I'm saying, you should want to be better. You know what I'm saying? You should want to be better. You should be thanking God that you're on this level. And guess what? Now you're not getting on this level anymore. Nobody's going to want to have anything to do with you no more, bro. Nothing. That's it. Your Rick and Morty train is gone. Like they'll listen back to your voice on the past few seasons. I mean, I haven't even finished watching season 6 yet, and now at this point, I almost don't want to watch it, even though I know the characters don't have anything to do with him. But at the same time, he is one of the co-creators of the show. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, like Homer Simpson, Dan Castellaneta, he's been doing Homer Simpson's voice since 1987. You ain't heard about him doing not a daggone thing in these 35 plus years, 36 years since he's been doing Homer Simpson.
No, he hasn't. I mean, but that's the thing though. Like, I'm like, wow, this is a big shock. You know what I mean? As far as him being removed like that again. Rick and Morty train don't stop, y'all. So keep watching Rick and Morty. Officially, season 7, man. Season 7 is going into effect soon. So
I mean, all the seasons should be going into effect because they had got enough money to what was that they had first said 90 episodes, so that's about at least about a good 9 seasons.
Yeah, it's 75 episodes left. They got 75 episodes left. So hey man, what can I say? You know what I mean? That's one of the things where you literally fumbled the bag. He fumbled the bag on that one. Rick and Morty forever, but Justin Roland, no.
Right. Rick and Morty forever, Justin's bye. So I guess at this point they're either going to have either Dan is going to do both voices or he's going to do Rick and find somebody to do Morty. I mean, at this point, I mean, we all could do them like, hey Morty, come on over here. Okay, Rick, let's go. I mean,
hey, from what I heard, they already got 3 people that's already able to do the voices. So,
shoot. I mean, well, when it comes to voices, just like actors and their stand-ins, they got to have a bag up and whatnot. And it's funny because we just got through talking about how Chadwick Boseman, they didn't replace him, but here we go. We replacing you though, Justin, because you're an idiot.
Hey man, that's one of the things where you gotta take the L for that one. That was a big L, man. That was seriously a big L. But moving right along, y'all, to some more nerd stuff we got to talk about. One that I'm really impressed by. I give this accolade to this young lady right here. First, we'll show the game trailer so y'all can see that. But a game that just released called Forspoken. Forspoken. If I can get my screen to share, hold on just a second, Slim. Forspoken just released on the 24th. It is a magical tale about a young girl who grows up in the inner city and ends up taken to a magical realm where she develops superpowers. I don't know if that's lagging on my end or that's lagging on your end.
I don't know which end is lagging on. You can see it lagging in. It must be lagging on your end. But I do remember seeing the trailer for this game. And I saw that and I was like, man, this game was pretty dope. And
That's a pretty dope game.
yeah.
I think the main thing is, so I will show the actress. I'm really impressed about this game because of the fact that when I show you the picture of the actress, you're like, wow.
She almost looked like Michelle Rodriguez in the character, at least.
Well, when you actually see her
slightly.
she looks she's got her own look. They definitely did a great job making her look like the character, I'll say. If you want to share that, is it Sharon Slim? I don't know.
No, it ain't came up yet.
Let me see here.
Also for anybody, as we were talking about Creed earlier, I was thinking about Sylvester Stallone, who of course isn't going to be in Creed 3. So this will be the first time we have a movie in the Rocky universe that doesn't feature Rocky Balboa. It may have been because of script, differences or whatnot, but I do know this. Sylvester Stallone just came out with a series. He's on a series created by Taylor Sheridan, the same guy who created Yellowstone, with Kevin Costner. If y'all ain't seen that show yet, definitely go check that out. That's a great series and universe as well. They got two other series that's based in the Yellowstone universe. He has a series Sylvester Stallone stars in called Tulsa King. So definitely go check that out. It's created by the same guy, as I said, that did Yellowstone, and it is good. If you ain't seen it yet, son, you gotta go check that out too.
I gotta check it out.
It's good, bro. It's good. First episode you're gonna be like, okay, all right, I see where we're going here. Yeah. She is beautiful. What is her name?
This is Ella Balanska. And she is the voice actress and model of Forspoken.
Okay.
Let me killing me with the bottle, bro. You kill me. I can't hear.
Enjoy this Kroger, baby. Enjoy this Kroger. Kroger Walter Crochet.
But Ella Balanski, she was in Resident Evil. She was in Charlie's Angels. So you've seen her.
The black girl in Charlie's Angels. Okay, yeah. Got you.
And she was in a couple of different other shows, but this is her first game debut, so I thought that was pretty awesome, man.
I will say that Charlie's Angels, because I saw it last year. I will say it was pretty good. I mean, of course, I enjoy the fact that they have different phases of the whole Charlie's Angels as far as the take. I enjoyed that one because it, gave us, history from the 70s up until now. So that's Charlie's Angels was pretty okay, and her character in there was pretty dope. She was good in there.
Yeah, I think she's a good actress, man. I mean, this game is not for kids. It's got definitely a deep potty mouth. She's definitely Forspoken in this game. She probably drops the F-bomb 2,332 times. I don't know, but
so Forspoken isn't the only F word in the game.
No, definitely not. But it's an awesome game, man. Y'all should definitely check it out. Support the actress. You know what I mean? She definitely did a thing, man. Now the other thing we didn't talk about, Slim, was the release, and I haven't read this comic yet. I read the original. It's Spawn versus Batman.
Oh, they got a new one?
Yeah, they came out last year. They had all these different covers. Came out in December. So if y'all haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. I think it's going to be awesome because it's kind of returned to Spawn and Batman doing their thing. And then this time the Justice League is actually in it, so you get to see not only Spawn, you get to see the Justice League.
Who's drawing it? That's the question. Who's drawing it?
Well, it looks like
I know who ain't drawing it.
Yeah, true. Todd. Hey, man, Todd's a rich man, man. Todd is that guy. He can sell. He can sell the heck out of an action figure. Let me tell you.
I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him at all. Oh yeah, I have seen that cover before, but I didn't know it was an actual new book that came out. But Capello is doing it. Oh, say less, because Greg Capello, for those that don't know, he is a legendary artist. He's been around as far back as the early 1990s, and he started out doing X Force books, and then he graduated over to doing Spawn in the early years of Spawn, and that's where he really got raw at, as far as like the his talent had like went up tenfold up under the tutelage of McFarlane, especially being inked by McFarlane at that time when he was doing the Spawn books. And then in the last decade, in the 2010s, he started working on the Batman books, and so he is definitely on par with both of these characters, and he ain't gonna do no type of cut with it. And yeah, so I need to find out. Yeah, I need to look that up and do my due diligence on seeing what all they got going on. If is it just a one shot, or is it like a limited series, or what?
From what I've seen is limit series, because these aren't even like all the covers. Like I've seen covers with Spawn and Wonder Woman, Spawn and Superman. You know what I mean? Something that you don't ever see. You know what I mean?
All right.
So it was pretty awesome to see that. To see him on there with all those different characters versus Batman versus Spawn, because he's in that universe per se now because of the whole Image DC thing. So
Well,
I
the
thought
Image
that was
DC thing. What's going on there?
well, they got
'Cause I mean,
since what's the name them came over, like the Wildcats and things like that,
oh
their
well,
universities are not combined, but they
well,
have more of a connection to each other, if that makes sense. But
they
um
yeah, because that was just only Jim Lee's characters, and Todd he ain't about to sell Spawn to nobody.
nah, but you
But
see the
but
banner here.
they had a connection, of course, before. What I'm saying, they had a connection before. You know your boy. Yeah, but this is probably the DC version, because remember when they did the Spawn and Batman back in the day, they had a DC version and they had the Image version,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Todd
definitely.
because Todd drew the Image one, and somebody else, I can't remember who drew did the DC version. So that's probably what it
um
is.
I remember the artist, but I was always into the Image version. I mean, I'm just the artwork was better to me. You know what I mean? Like I
Oh
like
yeah,
the other
no
one,
doubt.
but the artwork was better, man. Me personally, I mean, I just like that in particular. So another thing I wanted to do, y'all, is while we're here, Slim, I want to show people the top 5 toys of 2022 that I think was pretty awesome. But y'all just give me just a second to do that, and then Slim, if you want to go ahead and pull on a topic, um, the scariest things from the 80s. While we do that, we can pull that up too.
Oh well, you already know what we gonna do, because if y'all didn't peep the thumbnail, here it go real quick. Like, this movie came out 40 years ago this year. Superman 3. Christopher Reeve, of course, starred as the title role as Superman, slash Clark Kent, aka Kal-El. And they decided to put the most popular comic comedian at the time in the movie, of course, Richard Pryor. But the scariest part about that movie was the character Vera Webster. I can't. I have to look up the name of the actress who played this character. Vera, that happened to be my great grandmama name. Shout out to my great grandmama Vera, R.I.P. But this character Vera Webster, something happened to her at the end of the movie where she basically became a cyborg, and her transformation into becoming that cyborg is definitely one of the highlights of scary things in the 80s, especially if you was a kid watching it. It was like, wow, that transformation was definitely something. If you haven't seen Superman 3 ever, definitely make sure you go check that out. That's why we got that in the thumbnail, and it has resurged as a meme of people talking about what scared them as a kid, and they showed the scenes, the clips of her being transformed into the cyborg, and yeah, that was definitely like crazy, aka the robot lady. So that was a whole trip right there. And we're gonna pull that up real quick just in case y'all want to see. Let's see. So just in case y'all ain't never seen, it is right here. Do 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 do. And boom, there it is. That thing right there. That thing right there ain't nothing to joke with, y'all. That thing right there is crazy. Wait, hold on. I was trying to see if I could pull her up. I can't pull it up as a full picture, but yeah. But that right there, y'all. There ain't nothing to play with. Y'all ain't never seen that before. That was crazy. That was crazy, y'all. So, with that being said, right now the current time is 9:55 p.m. on this most awesome Thursday night. And I know, right? Ain't it scary, Lifey? It is scary. It is scary. Have you ever seen Superman 3 before? If you haven't seen Superman 3 before, definitely go check it out. That's the first that is when, even though I don't drink, as an adult now, I can sympathize with Superman so much in that movie now. So much.
I'm back, Slim. Sorry about that, man. Just want to grab these. Unfortunately, one of them I have to do is honorable mention because I can't find it. I can't put my hands on it right now. But yeah, man, back to scary stuff. So definitely one of the scariest things in the 80s for me was that witch transformation. A lot of people were like, oh man, Freddy Krueger, this, that. No, that was the coup de Gracie for me, and that was the one of the scariest things I saw in the 80s. Besides, what was it? It was something really weird. Maybe what was it? Besides Haley Joel Osment, he was pretty, I mean, he was pretty terrifying. Speaking of him,
shout out to the young lady in the Last of Us.
The
Because I mean,
Last of Us.
if she ain't his daughter, I don't know what else to say. But I now have tremendous respect for her because I didn't realize who she was until somebody had put up a meme or picture basically on Instagram. I forgot about her because it's been years now. That's been at least 4 or 5 years now. The
Yeah.
young lady on Game of Thrones who was like the fiercest character on that whole show, in my opinion. She was the fiercest character on that whole show outside of Ira Stark. You know what I'm saying? She was fierce. She was fierce on that show. And so I look forward to checking out The Last of Us that Johnny Quest Gaming says is a great adaptation. Is the whole series out or just a couple episodes?
Nah, it's episodic. Which
Okay.
I hate about anything streaming is the fact that you're streaming, but you're doing episodic. So it is what it is. I can't really complain because if I complain, what is he gonna do? You know what I mean? They're not gonna do anything about it.
Ain't gonna do nothing.
If y'all want to take a look at the cast, I'll show you the cast real quick. It's starring Pedro Pascal. If y'all don't know who that is, that's none other than Mando from the Mandalorian, which is actually getting ready to debut pretty soon
Season
here.
three.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be
Season
awesome.
three.
But that's her.
Season three.
They have them. Of course, she did not age like this. Yeah, she did not age like. Yeah, yeah. I mean, me personally, my pick for this show would have been definitely Hugh. See, there you go, Mando, right there, Mando, in the flesh, so to speak.
Yeah,
But
baby. I ain't opening it yet. I gotta open it soon.
Hugh
I want to
Jackman would have
find
been my
another.
pick.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean,
That
look at
would
the
have been
picture.
amazing.
Look at the picture. He looks nothing. Pedro. I mean, you can throw a beard on anybody, but
You know what?
like
You know what? Now they're gonna looking at the girl on the game. Yeah, I mean, she's dead on.
no.
Nah, she's dead on. Looking at the girl now. That look like her face if they did the AI imagery, like the AI
Mm,
portraits what we doing. I mean the eyes are similar. Now see that's a younger picture of her. That's from Game of Thrones, but how her face looks now, it looks similar to that girl on the game.
I don't know, man. I think what's
Only
name.
difference is the hair. Only difference is the hair.
I don't know. I mean, I can't give my official answer to what she looks like because I have to be correct.
I mean, she
But
looks like Haley Joel Osment's daughter. I mean, that's as good as you can say. I mean, she looks like Haley Joel Osment had relations with a young lady, and 9 months later, his twin came out.
of course, you haven't seen him in a few years, so
I mean, I know how he looks now. I mean,
you do.
he don't look nothing like how he did as a kid, but but she got his face as a kid though. I mean,
So
because remember we saw. I mean, it's recently we seen him in The Boys. He was in
that's right.
season 1. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that was him. He had the beard. Looks like
Yeah. Yeah.
a little dwarf man. Looks like he should have been in Lord of the Rings. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, we didn't talk about the TV show that debuted this year too. Lord of the Rings, a TV show. So if y'all haven't seen that, go check it out. It was actually pretty good. I don't know how I feel about season 2. I think it's one of them things where it's Lord of the Rings, so it's gonna be kind of drawn out. I mean, more or less, more or less. But
One
I
thing
didn't
for
want
certain
to.
I'm looking forward to is House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon season 2. That's one
Oh
I'm
yeah, we
definitely
didn't
looking
talk about
forward
House of
to.
the Dragon. House of the Dragon, man, was awesome. You know, definitely don't send your kids out to handle grown folk business. Don't do that
Nope.
because
Nope.
you know doing
Grown
war.
grown things will happen. Grown things will happen. Simply put, you know what I'm saying?
That's so messed up, but it's true. It's true. It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
Mhm.
So I just want to do my top 5, y'all, of toys from 2002.
Do it. Do it.
It was it
Did you
was
say
amazing.
2002?
2022. Damn, I'm like, whoa. Here we go. Something from 2002. I don't even know if there's anything from 2000. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if there's anything that I have somewhere that's just open and about. But
Well, if I still had my He-Man toys from the '02 series, I will be able to put them out for as far as 2002 go, because
I got
those
them
are some
on.
amazing toys.
I got them on the wall back there somewhere. So
Hey, that
you know,
part.
we show them
So,
there. But
so those are amazing toys from 2002, y'all. But let's get to 20 years later in 2022.
so this was a very hard category. There's been a lot of great stuff that come out this year, man. From all this 80 buffs. My number 5 pick is Sergeant Slaughter, um, from the GI Joe classified line. This is my number 5. It looks just like the cartoon from the GI Joe movie and the TV show. In the '80s, Sergeant Slaughter was the man. You know what I mean? He and mine's I'm a mint in box type collector, so I keep all my stuff in box. Eventually, I will move these to a display of some sort, but this is what it is now. So was able lucky to get Sergeant Slaughter last year.
And for those
And
that don't know, Sergeant Slaughter was a wrestler in the 80s that they actually put on the show G.I. Joe. So, so he was a wrestler and they put him on G.I. Joe because, I mean, why not? It's Sergeant Slaughter.
It's Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, him in the fridge, both were GI Joes. You know what I mean? They did that. I think that was cool because toy lines or things nowadays they don't really have that type of inclusion. You got to think back then we had cartoons that were modeled after stars and celebrities. That just goes to show you how people was able to move their brand from one to the other. Because back in the day, you had pro stars. You had with pro
Mr.
stars that
T. Mr.
yeah,
T had
Mr.
his own
T.
cartoon,
You
I
had
mean, shoot.
was it Kid and Play
Hulk,
had a
Hulk,
cartoon,
Hulk
MC
Hogan.
Hammer. Yep, Hulk Hogan.
So shoot.
But nowadays their brands don't. I guess everybody's trying to go one way or the other. But back in the '80s, man, early '90s, you had brands that transfer. So going back to that early '90s, early '80s, I mean late '80s, early '90s, the number 4 action figure is going to be Usagi Yojimbo, um,
Usagi Ojimbo.
created by Larry Hama.
And who? Boy,
I
you
say
better.
Larry Hama. I'm thinking
What?
about. I got GI Joe on the brain, man. I got GI Joe on the brain, man. I'm thinking
Gotcha.
about GI Joe, man. But yeah,
Stan Sakai.
Stan Sakai, man. Please don't kill me, Stan Sakai. I'm sorry, man. It was
He
a mistake.
behind you.
G.I. Joe oh no, but I got GI Joe on the brain. But this one is by NECA. One of my, I think this is an awesome figure. It looks just like the animation. And it looks a lot like the comic too. They actually came out with a black and white version of this year. Wasn't able to get that towards the end of the year, so I didn't do a whole lot of collecting last year. For financial reasons, whatever. But I did manage to grab some of these, and I was happy about them. So, You know, that's why you guys got to put in your donations.
Sponsor
Put your
him.
donations in, man, for reviews.
Sponsor him.
Me. That's right. Sponsor me, guys.
Sponsor us, y'all.
Here goes another one. This is my number 3 or number 4. I'm sorry, number 4. This is
4?
No, number 3. I'm sorry, number 3. Number 3 pick is gonna be well, no, so maybe I did it wrong. Anyway, number 3. Yeah, number 3.
Well, you did Slaughter, you did Usagi, and now you are on the
number 3. That's right. So number 3 pick is gonna be definitely the Last Ronin from the Ninja Turtle series. This is Last Ronin armored set. They actually have 2 of these, one the unarmored and one with armored. But for me personally, if I was going to able to get any of them, I wanted the classic Last Ronin look, and NECA always does a great job. Hopefully soon I'll have some reviews of these on the channel so you guys can take a look at it. But again, life comes into play, so not a whole lot of time for reviews anymore. But here you go, guys. That's
somebody got smart and bought 4 of them.
Oh, so yeah, but so they're heartbroken if they did.
So therefore you got all 4 of them. It's G'd up in some Ronins,
Yeah, but NECA already thought of that. They got the whole line coming out. So
sweet.
Now this one was a toss up. I actually got this one right at the end of last year, at end of 2023 or 2022. So I still count as 2022, even though it's supposed to be released later on this month, but I got at the end of the year and I had to put this in there because it was an awesome figure. This is the Masterverse Too Bad.
Too Bad. There go my boy.
Yeah, this is probably like one of the best Masterverse they've ever made, man. Like this thing is just phenomenal figure.
He was great.
He's massive, probably one of the biggest figures they've ever created in the line. And again, this is the line that they're said that's dying, but I mean, with them coming out with figures like this, I seriously doubt they're dying. There goes your cross sell in the back where the new figures is coming out. Stratos, Roboto, Frosta, and Evil Land Volume 2, which I have a TikTok video if you guys want to check that out on my channel. But that is my number 2, and with good reason because, like I said, it was an awesome figure. A lot of these were just hard to see which one was going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And an honorable mention, my number 4 figure probably would have been my Doctor Strange, the classic Doctor Strange that came out last year from Marvel Legends, but I can't find it. It's somewhere, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But my number 1 figure, the Holy Grail, is G.I. Joe Serpentor. This is the number 1 figure of 2022, and I think this is the number 1 figure on just about everybody's list that I've seen so far. Is this one? This one is the classic to the 80s as well. Doing the Cobra Rise of Serpentor. You got the original, the main man here. This figure is awesome. In scale and detail, and all the little extras they put into it. Even on the back here, it actually came with the glider that Serpentor rides on. So definitely was the figure of the year for me. Probably one of the best G.I. Joe classified. Well, it is the best G.I. Joe classified figure ever made, and probably one of the top figures ever made. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, get out there, try it. Well, I don't think you can actually get it now. I think this was a fan channel release. It was only for fan channel exclusive. If you can get it, you got to get on secondary market, which they're gonna cost you some bread. But yeah, y'all, that's my little tour spiel for 2022. Yay! Anyway, but
you did that there, boy. You did that there. That's how you do it. That's how you do a toy review. That's how you do a toy review.
But yeah, man,
like Will Smith.
That's how you do it. Speaking of Will Smith, did we ever cover the slap? I think we did, though. I think we covered the slap.
Did we cover? I'm quite sure we mentioned the slap in passing over the path because I'm quite sure we did. If we did,
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. If y'all didn't know, he slapped him. And 21 Savage followed that up by, if he was Will Smith, he would have slapped him with the stick. But with 21 Savage and Drake, I don't never know what they mean by the stick anymore. I'm a little scared to try to figure out what he meant by it.
We ain't gonna try to figure it out. We ain't gonna try to figure it out. Because the last thing we want to do is be hanging out with Young Thug. We ain't gonna try to figure it out.
But yeah, man. So y'all, we've talked movies, we've talked TV shows, we've talked comics, we've talked video games. We even just talked music just a second ago. So
Yeah, I mean that's the extent of hip hop that I can think of right now. Outside of our shout outs to Fetty Wap with his awesome song that he came out with at the end of last year, Sweet Yams, which he has a couple of different remixes off of. The most latest one, if y'all haven't heard it, has the legends of R&B, Charlie Wilson, of course, from the Gap Band, Ronald Isley from the Isley Brothers. If y'all haven't heard that yet, definitely go check that out, because I mean he's just trying to get to the yams, y'all. He's just trying to get to the sweet yams, man. That's what he's trying to do.
hey man, ain't nothing wrong with the yams, man. I mean, I think everybody should like yams. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's going to be the intergalactic currency. I mean, so what you expect? You got to get to the yams, man.
oh, speaking of hip hop, got to show you this. We go to this image right here. Um, we had a loss at the end of the year, man.
Oh, at the beginning of the year, if you're talking about who I think you're talking about.
Yeah, Gangsta Boo.
Yeah. Still a shocker. Still a shocker. On the first day of the year, we lost a legend in the South, a legend in hip hop, period. The queen of Memphis, the queen of Southern hip hop, Gangsta Boo. Tragically, you know, gone at just a young age of 43. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
and that's the thing too, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, I can't really be much of a judge because I don't drink or I don't smoke. I'm just naturally like this. You know, something happened, maybe I was dropped on my head, but I'm kind of natural like
we
this.
naturally high, baby. We naturally high. Look, let me sniff this air.
But I mean, I can't tell people what to do with their vices, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, man.
Just make sure nobody know y'all vices. That's what I say. Because as soon as they know y'all vice, that's what you're gonna die of.
That's true. I just hope nobody give me no bad action figure. But not to make light of nothing, man. But seriously though, y'all, man, you know, if you're gonna do narcotics and they're gonna be pharmaceutical drugs, that's don't buy that off the street. Just don't. Just don't do it because people I just heard recently, Slim, about Simply Orange juice being made by Coca-Cola. That's the first thing. I had no idea Simply Orange juice was made by Coca-Cola because it's supposed to be Simply Orange.
Wait,
Yes.
Simply Orange is made by Coca-Cola.
Yes. Now on the top of that, they're on a lawsuit for all these bad negative ingredients in the juice. And the juice is called Simply Orange. So if you can't trust something like Simply Orange, you damn sure can't trust nobody giving you a pharmaceutical on the street that's supposed to be. It's already a dangerous drug. Fentanyl ain't good for nobody. Fentanyl, don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's the thing that so-called killed Prince. Just don't do it, man. But I'm just gonna say,
you know what?
You never know.
I know what killed Prince, but
yeah, we both know that. But that's a whole nother episode. But you know, when you leave people behind, man, you leave your friends, your family behind off of something that's just gonna be temporary, and death is eternal. So, you know, just don't do it, man. But yeah, peace out. Much love and respect goes out to Gangsta Boo, man. May she rest in power. And she will deeply be sorely missed, man. But that's pretty much all I got, Slim.
Yeah, and that's a good way to segue into that as far as hip hop go, because I mean I ain't gonna flex with y'all. It's a lot of new stuff I don't listen to, but if you know of some new stuff that's out that's good, definitely hit us up and let us know what's happening. If you yourself are, you know, in the business, you know what I'm saying, you want us to hear your music or, you know, review your music, definitely hit us up, because, you know, if it's mumble rap, hey, no, no, don't do it. I don't want to hear it. But if you got lyrics on top of lyrics on top of lyrics, you dope with it, you fire with it, then, you know, let us know what's going on so we can review you, you know, talk about you on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when my bro introduced me to Mariah the Scientist, either last year or the year before, and I had the pleasure of seeing her in person in concert last year. So, you know what I'm saying? So I already knew who she was when she came on the stage. I was like, hey, that's my girl, Mariah the Scientist up here. And she's from the ATL too. So shout out to Mariah the Scientist. She was in front of her and Coldplay. The concert, it was a Coldplay concert, and she was in front of her, which was her is just so amazing. And Mariah the Scientist, they was, you know, headlining for Coldplay, so that was freaking awesome experience right there. She's doing her thing. Shout outs to her. And yeah, You know what I'm saying? So if you do your music, let us know. If you got games or comics or whatever it is, if you on the indie scene, because we're indie comic book creators. We are the founders of Urban Guide Inc. Studios down here in the ATL. So you know what I'm saying? Definitely make sure you know what I'm saying. We parlay and talk about these things. That's what we're here for. We're here to get nerdy and dirty on the stuff, y'all. A few episodes back, we had our boy Anthony Piper up in here, you know what I'm saying, who works for Marvel. And on the next episode, we're going to have the Queen G22, who I must say, you know what I'm saying, as far she has to most likely got to be the biggest turtle fan that I have ever known.
Definitely.
And that includes myself, who is a big turtle fan. That includes him, who is a big turtle fan. So you know what I'm saying, the Queen G, and plus she got the stuff to prove it. She's a big Donatello fan, and we're gonna talk more with her about all things turtle and everything else on the next episode of Nerd Strip Club. So any lasting words to you, young man?
Hey man, as always, what I'm saying, do what you like what you do, and be safe out there, man. And we'll see y'all next time. Slim, what you got?
I mean, all I can tell y'all is to live life till you die. You know what I'm saying? Drink your vegetables, eat your foods, something like that. Or I don't know. Wait, I know what I was gonna say. All right, y'all. Okay, so here's a mind blower. I'm about to tell y'all what the secret of life is. The secret of life is